There you go. Thank you. How are you this morning, sir?
Good, you?
I'm pretty good. All right. We're here today for an adjourned pretrial.
That is correct, Your Honor. We have had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Schnell. There was an offer extended by the people. Mr. Schnell is prepared to accept that offer. He will be pleading a no contest to both counts 1 and 2.
That's correct, Your Honor. And just to put the full offer on the record, Mr. Chanel's offer was to plead as charged with the prosecutor's deferred agreement. A term of probation is recommended and full repayment of restitution. It's my understanding that that may be contested, but with respect to the offer, those are the terms.
With respect to the offer, I didn't hear the end. What you said.
Those are the terms.
All right. So there's no agreement on full restitution, or you
No,
don't
so
agree- restitution.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. There is no agreement to the amount that needs to be repaid. Full restitution is required by statute, but he also has the right to contest it at the hearing. So I just explained to Ms. Perry, I completely, yeah.
Thank you. All right, sir, it's my understanding that you're going to be pleading no contest, which means that you're not going to say you did it, not going to say you didn't do it, but the court is essentially entering a guilty plea on your behalf to both counts 1 and 2. Count 1 is malicious destruction of a building, 200 or more, but less than 1,000. That is a misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty of up to 1 year and or $2,000 fine plus court costs. Count 2 is breaking and entering, illegal entry without owner's permission. That is a misdemeanor, carries a maximum penalty of up to 90 days in the Washington County Jail and or $500 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that, sir?
I do.
And in exchange for that plea, you're going to receive the prosecutor's deferred, which means that if you do everything you're supposed to do while you're on probation, then both of these matters would not be on your record. The case would be dismissed. Do you understand that part?
I do.
And is that your agreement, sir?
Yes.
All right. Please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. You may lower your hand. All right. I'm going to go over some rights that you have that you're going to be giving up by entering into this plea. Please stop me if you have any questions or if you feel like you need to speak with your attorney again. Okay.
Yep.
You also understand that there's no automatic right to appeal this decision. So the decision you're making today in all likelihood is going to stick with you.
Stick with me, but deferred, right?
Yes, with a deferred. Yes.
Okay.
As long as you do what you're supposed to do.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. And I'm glad you asked that question. That's a good question. If you're on probation, parole, or bond at the time you committed this, which is unlikely since you're going to defer, then you could be in violation of any or all of those. Were you on any of those?
No.
And finally, if you're not a U.S. citizen, you could have immigration consequences. Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
To the charges of malicious destruction of a building, 200 to 1,000, and breaking and entering and illegal entry. How do you plead, sir?
No contest.
Anyone threaten you in any way to get you to plead no contest?
No.
I am now going to review case report number 220098280 with a report, an occurrence date of November 26, 2022 at the vicinity of 5900 Bridge Road here in Ypsilanti Township to determine the factual basis. Do the attorney stipulate to my use of this report for the factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any particular page that is most appropriate?
I'd like to say something if I could.
If it's a no contest, please, sir.
Okay.
I don't get to say anything. I have to take the report as true for everything that's in the report on a no contest plea.
we go. Okay, the victim reportee statement on page 4 has, I think, a significant part of it.
Okay. All right, so the property manager got a call for a report of a delayed break-in. They reviewed the video footage, said that on November 26th at 2 p.m., suspect damaged the barrier window. He could be seen, I think that's supposed to be climbing in on the camera, poking his head inside a garage a few times before his shadow can be seen going to the garage. He then comes back and climbs into the garage, goes inside, checks a covered vehicle, and then leaves away, drives away in a Michigan Recovery Services truck.
And that it was crumbling, Your Honor. So they show the actual concrete crumbling in from the force.
Oh, crumbling. Okay.
Mm-mm. Lie.
Sir, if you want to plead guilty, you can plead guilty. Otherwise, what in this report gets accepted as truth.
I understand. Where's your turn?
And then a few days later, on November 29th, the Michigan Recovery Services arrives. The vehicle arrives at the complex and asks for help to retrieve the vehicle from the garage.
And with respect to ID, Your Honor, that would be on page 5 under the employer interview.
They made contact with Mr. Butch King, who was the employer at Michigan Recovery, about the repossession contract, and were informed that the driver of truck 45 was on the property on November 26th and November 29th. And his name was Scott Schnell, who is the defendant in this case. And then they looked up the number in, I don't know what TLO stands for, and was registered to Mr. Frederick Scott Snell. All right, I find that there's a factual basis for the plea has been willingly and knowingly made. Are you satisfied, Ms. McDuff? Well,
Yeah.
I guess we need to establish the value of the
Correct.
property.
Yes, Your Honor. I did provide defense counsel with the documentation of the completed, I guess, receipts for the paid for repairs, which did exceed $1,000. So that would satisfy obviously the lower amount, which is at least over 200 and lower than $1,000.
Okay.
So
And
she
we-
wants to stipulate.
If she will stipulate to that, and I'll also note for the record that there are photos of the entry here, photos of the suspect rather, and it they are him based on what I see on the screen as well. So Ms. Ikiri-Akinruli, do you?
We do stipulate to receipt of an invoice from the apartment complex, Judge.
All right, thank you. I find that there's a knowing and willing admission to the plea. And are you satisfied I've met the courtroom?
People are satisfied.
Defense is satisfied as well, Judge.
Thank you. Sentencing in this case can occur on October 3rd or October 10th, which works better with your calendar, Mr. Snell?
I guess either.
I'm sorry, what's, okay, 1 second.
Either.
October 10th, 2023 at 10 a.m. Is it something that can be sent? Please state your name for us so we can see you.
First name Brandon, last name Robinson.
Thank you so much. We're here for an adjourned pretrial and show causes.
Yes, Your Honor, with regard to the pretrial, I've not yet been able to speak to Mr. Robinson, and it appears that he has not yet been able to speak to Mr. Work. So if we could pass this matter briefly, just so I can determine the status of his insurance.
Well, I
Why
can
did you-
actually, I can
why
update
did
on that. I'm sorry,
Thank
Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I got an email from Mr. Works at 9:30 this morning, and it has a copy of his policy with valid dates that would have covered the time of this incident. However, the issue of Mr. Robinson's case is that we've had that policy for the last two adjournments, I think prior to July. The issue
Yes, ma'am.
was just that I explained to Mr. Robinson when we were last year in July that I have to see, because the officer ran his insurance in lien and it showed it's not valid. I needed him to get some proof from the insurance company that his policy was valid at that time, because this policy covers October of 22 to April of 23, and sometimes people get the policy and then don't continue to pay through the end of that term. So what I needed to see was some documentation from the insurance company that he was actually paid and valid on that policy at that time, not just the cards themselves.
Proof of payment, sir, is what she's asking for.
I had payments that was mailed through the mail, but I don't even live in that address anymore. And I currently haven't been driving the vehicle either. So because the vehicle has been down prior since I talked to you guys prior, because I was having engine problems and transmission problems. So
And
I
all
haven't
of
even been
And all of
driven
that,
it.
and all of that might be true, sir, but it's not gonna get your case dismissed. The only way to get your case dismissed, the prosecutor is indicating, is that you had paid that policy and it was in effect at the time that this ticket was issued.
Yes, ma'am. I did pay. I just don't have I don't actually have the actual copy because I just don't have the copy with me at the time because I lost it in the mail.
Okay, well,
And Mr. Robinson, just to be clear, because I went over this last time too, I don't need to see like a check stub or credit card. I need you to go to the insurance company and ask them to generate something that shows your policy was valid.
Yes, ma'am. I remember you telling me that. I was on someone else's policy as well. I was sharing a policy at that time being with my mom and everything.
That doesn't matter. They're gonna have the information, whoever's policy it was.
unless he can't produce it.
Yeah, that's what I'm pretty much saying. I can't produce it at the time being. I had to turn some bills that I had actually when I did pay it.
Mr. Lebo?
Your Honor, may I ask Ms. McDuffie if a civil infraction of no proof would be available?
If he wants to do that instead of following up with Geico to get that documentation,
He just said he couldn't. Ms.
that's
Lebo.
fine. He can.
Mr. Robinson, is that what you would like to do?
Yes, sir. Is that can you tell me how much that is and what it is for points by any chance? If I was to go that route.
All right, I'm gonna pass this so you guys can continue to discuss it. We're apparently not ready to proceed with this case.
Thank you.
The court will call the Tracy Reed matters 15T10911. I'm sorry, 991. 17 FB 1828, 17T00618, 20 W004128R, 22 W004215.
Tracy McDuffie for the people.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Miss Tracy Reed, please state your name.
Tracy Reed.
Thank you, Miss Reed. You're here because are you sick, ma'am?
Yes.
You're here because you have an outstanding balance on these cases that you have made no payments on.
Yeah,
What's-
they just gave me a payment plan. I was waiting on them because we had did the thing over online where you can make payment arrangements or whatever. So they just got that figured out. They want me to pay $100 a month. But as of right now, that won't happen. I have surgery on the 22nd of this month. So I won't be able to start making those payments until maybe October the 5th.
I'll bring you back on November the 21st. You should have made 2 payments by then, ma'am, okay?
Okay.
And Your Honor, the note in JIS was a little bit weird. So it said that her $100 a month plan was due on the 12th, starting on August 14th. So I didn't know if that meant she was supposed to start on the 12th of September, or if that
No,
was
what
just a
was
typo
they
and it was
sent
supposed to
the,
be
Okay,
August.
okay, that's enough. I'll see you back here on November 21st, ma'am, like I
oh, no
said,
problem.
making your payments. State of Michigan versus James Provost, case number 22R00203.
Praise be definitely for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Chinazi Kyriakin on behalf of Mr. Provost. Mr. Provost, can you state your name for the record, please?
Mr. James Provost, please state your name.
Oh, is it me? Hold up. I'm
Mr.
here.
I thought you were gonna be paid off and not be back here this time.
Listen, Miss Washington, if I could speak for myself real quick, if I'm allowed
Certainly,
to.
go ahead, you always do.
No, I should be asking. I gotta get better. I gotta get a little bit more respectful. You are a judge and all, and this is still a serious matter. I'm gonna pay it on Friday. I got a good job now, so I can take care of it. We're gonna be breaking up. Me and your guys' courthouses. I'm really
All
close to having all my other goals to align to get my license fully restored on October 11th. So try to make it a breakup process between you and the other courts.
Okay. All right, we'll see. We'll bring you back on November the 21st.
Listen, I do have a question for you.
Yes,
So
Mr.
on
Provost.
Friday, if I go in there, what time does the courthouse close on Fridays? Is it 5 or something like that?
30.
5:30?
4:30.
4:30. So I'm gonna have to skirt out of work a little bit early. Okay.
Yeah, you should get here. You should not get here right at 4:29. You might be out of luck, so you should probably get here no later.
I just gotta give you $100 and I'm gone. So
Okay, 4:25. Get here by at least that. Okay.
yes, ma'am. Thank you, Ms. Washington.
All right,
Hope you
I'll
guys have a
see
good day. Gotta get back to
you
work
too.
though.
Bye.
All right, bye.
State of Michigan versus Belrina Blair, 20-00673.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Chinazi Kyriakin on behalf of Belrina Blair. Belrina, can you unmute and state your name for the record, please?
Miss Belrina Blair, please unmute and state your name.
Ballerina Blair.
Thank you, Ms. Blair. Ms. Blair, you're here because you owe restitution in amount of $759 and want a payment plan. How much can you pay per month?
Oh,
Right now, I don't have any income. Just got my child support order signed. So I'm not sure when that's gonna start, but I literally have absolutely zero income.
Ms. Kyriakin, really?
Your Honor, I do apologize. I did not realize that this was all restitution. I thought it was fines and costs. So when I had spoken with Ms. Blair, we did talk about the financial hardship. Ms. Blair, you will not be able to do the financial hardship because this is restitution, okay? I just want to clear that up, Judge, because I think she may have been under the impression that that would be an option for her.
I understand. So Ms. Blair, this is something that has to be paid. So how much can you pay per month?
The minimum balance of whatever it is. Hopefully the child support will kick in quickly. The order was signed on August 22nd.
$25 per month.
Okay.
We'll make your first payment due on October the 17th. We'll see you here on December 19th, 2023 at 10
Okay,
a.m.
thank
Thank you. Have a good day.
you too.
State of Michigan versus J. Sergio Vasquez Vela, case number 17 S00856.
Rachel, Deputy for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Liebe on behalf of Mr. Vasquez Vela.
Mr. Vasquez Vela, please state your name.
My name is Sergio Vasquez.
Thank you. All right. We're here for sentencing on this violation of probation matter.
Yes, John, if we could pass this matter briefly, I do have proof of Mr. Vasquez Vela's community service hours. However, given the technical issues I experienced this morning, I was not yet able to send them over.
Mr. Lebo, when I start calling the case, if you need an adjournment, can you say that first so we don't all put our appearances on? That takes up additional time.
Certainly, Your Honor.
I'll pass this matter. State of Michigan versus Stevie Brooks, 18S00792.
Rachel, Deputy for the people.
Thank you, Mr. Stevie Brooks. I think this is,
Assistant Public Defender Davi Liebe for Mr. Brooks.
thank you. Mr. Brooks, you're here to address outstanding fines and costs. You have a balance of $2,907. You're supposed to be making $50 per month. Payments have not been making any. Why is that?
I just started working at the plan about last week. I'll get accepted. I will be in there Thursday after work. Actually, they're now working now.
Mr. Brooks, I'm noting that you're working in this file. There's no reason why you can't make payments. I'll see you back here on October 17th to see if you made a payment
Okay, thank you.
at 10 a.m.
Thank you.
All right, the court will recall the case of Brandon Robinson, cases 23S00252 as well as 22W005739, 23W001460.
Rachel, Deputy for the people.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Liebe on behalf of Mr. Robinson on the 252 matter.
Thank you. Mr. Brandon Robinson, please state your name again.
First name is Brandon, last name is Robinson.
Thank you, sir. All right, where are we with this?
Your Honor, my understanding is that Mr. Robinson would like to admit responsibility to the civil infraction of no proof of insurance.
All right, Mr. Robinson, do you accept responsibility for a civil infraction of no proof of insurance on March the 28th, 2023 at the vicinity of Grove Road and Harris Road here in Ypsilanti Township, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine in that case is $155. Can you pay that today?
No, ma'am. I can currently pay it this Friday or Monday. I'm currently laid off for a retool in a contract with my job, so I'm not sure when my next pay will be coming in because we're part of that big 3 contract.
You keep telling me you're gonna pay tickets on Friday. I have this ticket in front of me here, 22W005739, which is for obstructed vision, which you have up today, and you said you were gonna pay that on Friday.
I can actually pay all that this week, ma'am. When the last time I spoke with you guys, I was currently moving, and it was part of a retool and a layoff, so all my money was kind of tied up at the time being.
Okay. All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring you back here on October 10th to see if you paid these things off.
Okay, ma'am.
October 10th at 10 a.m.
Can you tell me my grand balance if possible, if it's in front of you right now, so I can know my ballpark figures?
I can work that out so that I can give you that number. $477 is the total.
You said $477 now?
Correct. So 155 for the no proof of insurance, the obstructive vision from 2023 is $130, and the one from 2022 is $192.
Okay.
Okay. You come in and you get very close to paying that off, I might waive the balance of that.
Okay. Thank you, man.
You're welcome. When will you see me again?
After I take care of the payments, hopefully no time soon after I take care of the payments, man.
All right, October the 10th at 10 a.m.
Okay, man. Thank you.
Thank you. If you paid it all, then you don't have to be here. Okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you.